Alright, we've got some bad news. Let's get in here and have a little bit of a look. It is first thing in the morning. And I'll tell you what, last year the Pattaya linings didn't really line up as well. We had those rings turn up about 4 weeks later, so we kind of missed the birds that we really wanted to get set in. So last year, considering we done okay, considering the few little hiccups we had to deal with and only having 2 birds today. So I did have these 2 eggs floated out. The floating has no issue in it. It's just obviously we've got new hens. This hen's her first time laying, so 1 egg from her was infertile. 1 egg from her was infertile, which is a surprise for Rosetta because she lays like an Isla Brown. She is a super laying chicken if she was, and she lays really fast. So I've taken those 2 out before. These 2 will lay again shortly, but 1 egg from each was infertile. So what I did, under the foster pairs that I've got these 2 eggs under, I've put them both into the same nest bowl, which leaves 1 foster pair without babies. So what I did, I took little Golden Storm, I took her eggs out because she is another hen that lays really well. Both her eggs were fertile, and she will lay probably another 7 days. So I've moved them in under the foster pairs, which are, oh no, different spot. We've got another one to get to. So yeah, I don't mind those babies. The Golden Storm side, they done pretty well, related to my birds in Pattaya this year. So I thought, you know what, we can definitely do another round of those just to give us a bit more of a selection. So we'll see. And in light of that, we had another pair down the bottom here. This hen, it's her first time as well, and you'll see she's got a little name tag there. So basically, yeah, she's floating eggs as well because both her babies were infertile, the eggs. So I've just decided to float the dark check and the mealy babies under her because they're all lined up, they're all the same time. They laid pretty much all 1 or 2 days apart from each other, so those eggs are pretty good. So we're going to leave that one there. I don't want too many of them just yet. Those are both fertile too, so I'll canned all the eggs first thing this morning, and we just made a few decisions. So I thought, you know, we'll just get another round from this pair because both these pigeons have flown out past 500 and they're both placed quite well in the federation. And yeah, obviously she loves the fast races, but she loves those headwinds as well. She's a speed bird, but she loves the headwinds. I couldn't believe some of the races she's come back from on the day. Don't need good placings because I don't really, when it comes to one loft racing, I'm not picking because a bird is winning every single time. That doesn't interest me too much, because if you see where I am, I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's a bit of smoke out here today, must be a fire somewhere. But 95% of the flyers in the federation are around about 50 kilometres that way, and then the closest ones to me are around about 15 kilometres this way, which is like the other 2 or 3 people, but the 95% of people are way up there, and 50 kilometres is probably the closest position. So any bird that does okay here for me, I'm like this little hen, she was one of them. She was 16th fed. I'm pretty happy to tick that up as a bit of a positive when I'm breeding for one loss, because when we're out in the middle of nowhere, out in the bush, countryside, it does make it a little bit more challenging. So that's why I sort of progressively this year, probably next year as well, bring in a few more distance birds just to give us a little bit more of a help to try and get these birds a little bit more hardy. But I'm happy to have 2 rounds off these to pick birds for Pattaya, because they both are proven race birds. And hopefully the only risk is with these is that they don't blend well together. But both got a lot of character. This hen, we've known her for a very long time. A couple of years she's been here, and she's definitely a little character. So hopefully she breeds well with him. She actually bred 1 or 2 of my clocks. I think we had 4 sons from her last year, and I auctioned 1 off, and then the other 3 were our race birds, and they clocked. So I was pretty happy with that. We got a few of them as clock ones, so they definitely like to be at the front, but we just need to see how far we can take them. But she's a great little hen, and he's getting a bit tamer. He's pretty wild if he's not defending his nest. Hey? So we'll see how we go. But she's another good hen. She lays really well, and I don't think we've ever had blank eggs from her. She's generally she's got a good hit rate anyway. So we're kind of there at the moment. We just got to wait for these guys to lay again, these guys to lay again. Those ones we had to remove because they're a bit soft, but you can see that Apache's pushing her pretty hard. She's my 7th place final, and then he's obviously got all, what did we do last year? 3 top prizes in one lot from all his brothers and stuff from him and cousins. So I'm interested in that pairing, but we'll see how we go. Still waiting for Storm. She's going to lay, but I've got basically 5 pairs in this loft, so there's 10 eggs that I'm waiting for them to produce, and I've got 2 in here that will lay tonight as well. So we can only be hopeful. We'll keep these updates coming, but yeah, a little bit of a bumpy start to our Pattaya once again, but hopefully that might be a good indication that we might have a good season. Who knows? We just got to keep pushing, keep chipping away. Plenty of speed humps in this game. Some people make it more difficult than it needs to be, and some pigeons do the same thing. So we just got to keep chipping away because we're not going to give up. Let's go. See you soon.